Nobody really gets you. And the worst part, sometimes you don't get yourself either. I want to talk about a specific kind of loneliness, not the kind where you are sitting alone in a room with no one around. The other kind. The kind that shows up in the middle of a conversation in a room full of people who care about you. You're at the dinner table with your family or with friends you have known for years. That feeling where someone is talking to you and you are nodding along and something inside you is just quietly going. You don't actually know me. Not because they are bad people, just because there is this gap between who you actually are and what everyone else sees. And you've been living in that gap for so long, you don't even know how to close it anymore. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. I think it starts small. Someone assumes something about you and you don't correct them because it's easier, because explaining the real thing would take too long, because you are not even sure you can explain it. So you let the assumption shit. And then another one builds on top of it. And after a while, the person they think you are and the person you actually are start to feel very different. And you are just there, watching it happen, playing along, not lying exactly, just not fully showing up. And the loneliness of that is hard to explain to someone who hasn't felt it. Because from the outside, you look fine, you look connected, you have people, but inside, there's this quiet ache of, does anyone actually see me? And here's the part that really gets me. Sometimes I don't even understand myself. I'll feel something and not be able to name it. I'll react to something and not know why. I will want something and then not want it. I'll be okay and then suddenly not okay and have no explanation for either. And when you can't understand yourself, how do you expect anyone else to? It becomes this impossible thing. You want to be known, really known, but you can't hand someone a map to a place you have never fully explored yourself. So you stay quiet. You give people the edited version, the version that's easier to digest, and they accept it and call it you. And you smile and let them, and the gap gets a little wider. I think most people see the surface. They see how you act, what you say, how you carry yourself. They don't see the thing underneath. The thoughts you have at 2 a.m., the feelings you talk yourself out of before they even fully form, the version of you that exists only in your own head, messier, more complicated, more real than anything you have ever shown anyone. And it's not their fault. You never showed them that part, because showing someone that part is terrifying. What if they can't handle it? What if it's too much? What if they look at the real thing and decide the edited version was better? So you keep it in. And you wonder why you feel alone even when you're not. I feel this a lot. There are people in my life who think they know me, and some ways they do. They know the parts I've let out, but there's so much that just stays inside. The doubts, the fear, the dreams that feel too fragile to say out loud, the way I really feel about where my life is going. The loneliness I carry even on good days. I don't say any of that. Not because I don't trust the people around me, but because I don't even know how to say it. I don't have the words for half of it. And sometimes I sit with that and think, if I disappeared tomorrow, would anyone have actually known me? Really known me? And I'm not sure the answer is yes. That thought sits with me more than I let on. I think being misunderstood hurts so much because what we want more than almost anything is to be seen. Not fixed, not advised, not told what to do, just seen. Just someone looking at all of it, the messy, complicated, ugly parts, and saying, I get it. I get you. And when that doesn't happen, when you go through day after day of people knowing your name and your face and your general story, but not actually knowing you, it does something to you. you start to feel invisible in a room full of people who can clearly see you. And that's one of the loneliest feelings there is. I don't have a clean answer for this, but I think the first step is to admitting it. Admitting that you feel misunderstood, that you feel unseen, that you yourself don't fully know who you are yet, because there's something relieving about just saying, I don't have myself figured out, and that's okay. You don't have to hand people the full map right away, but maybe start small. Let one real thing out to one person and see what happens. And in the meantime, keep trying to understand yourself, not to fix anything, just to know yourself better. Write it down, say it out loud in an empty room, make a video about it at midnight with a candle. Whatever it takes to close the gap a little between who you are and who you are letting the world see. If you have ever felt like nobody really gets you, I want you to know that feeling is more common than it looks. Most people walking around are carrying some version of that same quiet ache. They just never say it. So, I'm saying it tonight for all of us. You are not too complicated. You are not too much. You are not broken for being hard to understand. You are just someone who hasn't found the right words yet. And maybe the right person yet, but they exist. So do you. All of you, even the parts nobody has seen. So tell me, is there a version of you that nobody knows about? Drop it in the comments, even just one word. I guess that's all for tonight. I hope you have a good one.